Hello, friends. Today I would like to tell you a short story. It is a bit unknown and I can't really tell you what exactly happened, but I will just state the things as they happened. I was walking with my daughter. It was about 7 in the evening during the summertime, and that is the best place and time to go for a walk to cool off. And we were in a place, it was a village kind of a setting, and we had this college in which my husband was a professor, and we were walking towards the hostel. Now it was night time and everyone had gone to their rooms, and we were just walking around in the classrooms below where the hostel was. So as we were walking along and looking at things, my husband was just supervising some work that had been done in the daytime to see that it was done properly. And my daughter was wandering around close to us. And then all of a sudden, she took off into the darkness towards a section which was in total darkness. And there was a long corridor moving to the right, left, and in front of me. And suddenly, my daughter took off down the corridor, and I called to her, "Come back, come back." But she carried on walking, and she was only at that time 4 years old. Now, 4 years old is a very small age in which it is difficult for the child to explain to you exactly what they are thinking, or what they are feeling, or what is happening to them. And so my daughter just kept on walking, and I was walking behind her in the darkness, calling out to her, "Come back, because we don't know what is going on over here, and it's all dark. We can fall into a hole, we can fall in over a drain pipe, we can hurt ourselves." And I walked quickly and caught hold of her hand and said, "Come on, let's go back." And now we had gone out of the light. There was some light which was coming from the tube light towards the roadside, and we had come out of that glow of light which was in which you could see something. And now we were in total darkness practically. I caught hold of my daughter's hand and I said, "Come on, what are you doing over here? Let's go back." And then she pointed out toward the darkness ahead and said, "Mummy, an auntie is calling me." So I turned around and looked. I couldn't see anyone. I couldn't see anything. So I said, "Where's the auntie?" And she pointed towards the top of the roof of this corridor. And there were all these rooms, and they were all closed, and there was nothing around. So I didn't say anything. I just caught my daughter's hand and I told her, "Come on, Papa's calling us, let's go back." And when I held her hand, for a while it seemed as if, it was difficult to move her, to budge her. It was as if somebody else was holding her hand. And right at that moment, I never thought of anything. I just took God's name and I caught hold of my daughter and I started walking rapidly towards the light, towards where my husband was. And then it just took me a few minutes and we were out of the darkness towards the light, and then my husband was standing there and I said, "Something very peculiar happened." My daughter said that some auntie was calling her, and we were looking in the darkness, and my husband looked at her and looked at me and said, "Come on, let's go home." And from there we walked home, and our house was about a kilometer away from that particular place. So we got into our car and went off. Then when we reached home, we had forgotten about the incident and we didn't mention it to anyone what happened. And since it was night time, I too didn't talk about it. Actually, I forgot about it. And my husband didn't talk about it. And then the next day, maybe it was about 10:30 before he could go to the office. And he said, "There is something I wanted to tell you. Come, let us go inside." So in the bedroom where my daughter couldn't hear what we were saying, he said that there was an incident which happened the other day. And I didn't want to upset you, but I thought you should know about it so that you'll be careful next time. A few days back, there was a lady over here. She was the wife of the cook. And that cook was having an affair with his sister-in-law. So his own wife, which was expecting at that time, she was expecting 6 months, same as me. And she had a daughter also. And now there was some extramarital affair going on between the husband and the sister-in-law, and the wife came to know about it. And when the wife came to know about it, they suggested that she have an abortion of the child which she was carrying, and they gave her something to eat which brought on an abortion. And when that happened, the child was already 6 months, so the lady who was expecting, she died in that process. And now it seemed that she had come looking out for her kid, and she was thinking that that kid was my daughter, was her kid, and that she was me, and maybe it was her spirit that was calling out at that time. When I heard this, I was totally upset, and I told my husband that I needed to go home to my own house, which was far away. My dear friends of my lovely YouTube family, I hope you have liked this story. Stay tuned for the coming part, and please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and keep my channel growing. Thank you.